There are moments in life when you look back and realize something uncomfortable. It wasn't bad luck that held you back. It wasn't a lack of talent. It wasn't even other people. It was your thoughts. Not loud thoughts, not dramatic ones, but quiet, repeated thoughts that slowly shaped how you lived. For years, I didn't notice them. They felt normal, reasonable, even smart, but they quietly wasted time. I will never get back. This video is not about regret. It's about awareness. Because once you see these thoughts clearly, they lose their power. One of the most damaging thoughts I believed was this: I'll start when I'm ready. It sounds responsible. It sounds patient. But readiness is a moving target. There was always something missing. More confidence, more clarity, more time. So I waited. And while I waited, life kept moving. What I learned too late is this: you don't feel ready before you act. You feel ready after you begin. Readiness is built through movement, not thinking. Waiting to feel ready is often just fear wearing a polite mask. Another thought that wasted years of my life was, I have time. This one is especially dangerous because it feels true. Time feels endless when you're young. Days blur together. Weeks disappear quietly. But time doesn't announce when it's slipping away. You don't feel it leaving until suddenly you look back. And what hurts is not the passing of time, but how casually you assumed it would always be there. The truth is simple, but uncomfortable. Greater than time is not short. Life is. And life is made of ordinary days. How you spend today is how you spend your life. Another thought that kept me stuck was, I need to figure everything out first. So I thought, and overthought. I analyzed every option, imagined every outcome, waited for certainty. But certainty never came. Clarity is not something you think your way into. It's something you act your way into. Overthinking is the art of creating problems that don't exist. Most progress is messy, unclear, imperfect. And waiting for perfect understanding often means never starting at all. This thought was subtle but deeply destructive. I'll do it properly later. Later became tomorrow. Tomorrow became next month. Next month quietly became years. The problem with later is that it has no deadline. It feels safe because it delays discomfort, but it also delays growth. What I didn't understand then is this: greater than done imperfectly today beats done perfectly never. Progress doesn't require ideal conditions. It requires commitment in ordinary ones. Another thought that wasted more time than I want to admit was, I need motivation. So I waited to feel inspired, excited, driven. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. It fades under stress. It disappears when life gets heavy. Depending on motivation is like waiting for perfect weather before living. Discipline begins where motivation ends. The people who move forward are not more motivated. They are more consistent. They act even when they don't feel like it, calmly, not forcefully. This one is hard to admit. What will people think? So many decisions were delayed because of imagined opinions. I changed my behavior to fit expectations. Stayed quiet when I should have spoken. Chose safety over honesty. And most of the people I worried about were too busy thinking about themselves to notice. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think if you realized how rarely they do. Fear of judgment shrinks life, not instantly, but gradually. Another thought that quietly stole years was, I'm behind. This thought creates urgency without direction. It makes you rush, compare, panic. Instead of focusing on your own path, you start chasing timelines that were never meant for you. But life is not a race with a single finish line. Greater than comparison is the thief of joy. Progress measured against others always feels insufficient. Progress measured against who you were yesterday feels meaningful. This thought kept me passive longer than I realized. Someone else has it figured out. So I followed, copied, waited for guidance. But no one truly has it figured out. Everyone is improvising. No one is coming to save you, and that's not depressing. It's freeing. Taking responsibility is uncomfortable, but it's also empowering. Your life changes when you stop waiting for permission. Another thought that wasted time was, I'll fix this once life calms down. But life rarely calms down. There's always something. Work, stress, responsibilities. Waiting for a peaceful moment to change means never changing at all. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Growth must happen inside chaos, not after it disappears. One of the most painful thoughts was, I've already wasted too much time. This thought creates paralysis. It convinces you that it's too late, that the cost of starting now is too high. But the truth is simple. The time will pass anyway. The best time to start was years ago. The second best time is now. Regret doesn't recover time. Action does. Looking back, what wasted years wasn't a single mistake. It was believing small thoughts without questioning them. Thoughts that felt harmless, logical, normal. But thoughts shape behavior. Behavior shapes days. Days shape life. If you recognize yourself in any of these thoughts, don't judge yourself. Awareness is not punishment. It's freedom. You don't need to fix everything today. You don't need a dramatic transformation. Just notice the thought. Pause. Choose differently, quietly. Because the most important changes rarely announce themselves. They happen slowly, and then all at once. Take a breath. You still have time. But don't waste it believing the same thoughts I did. Begin differently.